All right, breaking news. We've been following a verdict finally in the Gun Trace Task Force corruption trial.
ABC 2's Brian Kubler live outside the federal courthouse with what the jury just decided. Brian.
Jamie, this just came down moments ago. The jury has said they were guilty. Hersl and both Taylor guilty of conspiracy to commit racketeering and racketeering itself, and then several different counts in each of their cases. So for Daniel Hersl, he was found guilty of 3 different robberies under the RICO statute, and then a conspiracy to commit robbery. He was also found guilty on 4 different counts of wire fraud, which was the overtime fraud we heard so much about in this case. In former detective Taylor's case, he was found guilty on conspiracy as well as, and then racketeering statute, separate acts. He was found guilty on 3 different counts of robbery or conspiracy of robbery, and then also 3 different counts of wire fraud, which again was the overtime fraud in this case. Then both men were found guilty of the federal robbery statute, and then not guilty on the possession of the firearm in furtherance of a violent act. So they have been found guilty in most of the counts they were up against except the last. Now they face life in prison. Again, this jury has been deliberating this case since 1 o'clock on Thursday. They took a break on Friday and we're back at it again today. And that's 9 o'clock in the morning all the way till about 5. And they came out at 5 and said, we want to go till 6. They passed a couple of different questions along the way this afternoon, but then they said, we wanted to go till 6. 20 minutes later, after everyone left the courtroom, another note came by and we had this verdict. This is just happening now. Behind me, a lot of the attorneys are coming out of the courtroom. Some family members are coming out of the courtroom. And we're going to attempt to get a lot of those interviews now and try and get back to you with some of that sound as soon as we can.